Welcome to this tutorial on building an exhibit in Omeka. This presentation is brought to you by student research here at CSU Channel Islands. Let's take a second before we begin to answer the question, what is an exhibit? Imagine that you are running, say, an art museum. And an art museum is going to have hundreds or thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of paintings, sculptures, and video installations and whatnot. And at any given point in time, a museum can't show patrons everything. They have to pull things out of their basement and they have to curate them. So they might pull together collections of similar artists, maybe people who work together. Or they might pull together artists who worked at the same time but didn't know each other and try to build some common themes between them. An exhibit is really an opportunity to take from some larger collection and put it together in a new way that makes people think about the topic maybe just a little bit differently than they did the day before. So how are we going to do this in Omeka? Well, it's actually fairly straightforward. In Omeka, over on the left-hand side, you will see a button called Exhibits. And what you're going to do is click Add an Exhibit. Once you've clicked that, you'll get a page that looks like this. And a couple of things that you're going to want to do is, first of all, give the page a title and also give it a slug. Now, a title can have words and letters separated by spaces, but a slug can't. So you want to give a slug that is going to be the address of the page, the address in the computer sense. This is going to be the page name, and you probably want to give it a name that's not too long, not too short, but also is a little bit descriptive. So I've used here first underscore exhibit. Notice that I didn't use a space, I used an underscore. So you'll want to click the Make Public if you want this to be a public page, and you're going to want to click on Save Changes. So the next step is to define the page and the layout. So you're going to give the page a title and a slug. So this is a page within an exhibit, and you're going to choose the style that you want. And this is going to depend on what it is that you're trying to do. If you want to show, say, a single item and have some text along with it, or perhaps you want to have a series of pictures, that's really up to you. But as you're getting started, just play around with these different things that you could do. And then you click Add a New Content Block, this button down here, the big green button. That will take you to this page where, again, you will give the page a title and a slug. This is a picture of a page that I borrowed from somebody else. And so she named it, What Could Women Do to Access Knowledge in France in 1880 to 1820. And of course, again, here's a page slug, no spaces, remember that. And what you'll do in this area down here is begin to choose the items that you want to have added to your exhibit. So you click the Add Item button and this menu will come up. And what you have here is all of the items that are in your database. So they're all here. If you have a very large collection, you may need to search through it for the exact thing that you're looking for. This particular collection is small enough that I could just go through and click on the items that I want to have added to my collection, and then I'm going to click Apply. To make this presentation a little bit more attractive, a couple of things that you're going to want to do. You're going to want to think about where you want to have your showcase file. This is a larger image that gives people a sense of what some of these smaller images are going to look like. So you're going to want to put something here that's going to entice people to look at the other things that you have in your collection here, or your exhibit, excuse me. The gallery position. So this is the gallery over here. These are other items that are in the collection that people will be able to look at. And then I have these set to thumbnail size, so they're smaller than the showcase item. It just, I think, makes the page look a little neater, but you may want to do things differently. Just keep in mind this information down here, that choosing thumbnail rather than square thumbnail ensures that your images will appear in their entirety instead of being cropped. So if you have a rectangular image, then it won't be squared off with these ends such that people can't see them. One other thing that you may want to do, especially if you're using a timeline, is you might want to add iframe or embed code to your page so that you can put in a timeline or something like that. In order to do that, I mean, one thing you're going to want to do is go look at our tutorial on putting a timeline into a page. But to keep it short, you click on this HTML button. That's going to put you into an HTML editor. But all you really have to do is go and get your embed code, whether it's from Timeline.js or any other embed code, and paste it into this window. And once you have saved those changes, then it will add that timeline or whatever that other item is right into the page. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this tutorial, brought to you by CSU Channel Islands Student Research.